That's right, y'all. DJ Nasty305, 99 Jamz, all that good stuff. Right. We're going to have some dirty laundry today with Chynadollbabi, so make sure you lock it in. You dig?
Guys, it's your girl Chynadollbabi. You already know how we do. We're airing dirty laundry live at 954 Ultra Lounge. And I have a legend here, Miami's biggest DJ, DJ Nasty305.
She's lying.
He says I'm lying, and he's selling himself short. But if y'all know any Iceberg song, any Miami song, this man has been referenced in so many of them. Has his own line. They do the ad-libs for him and everything. Like, yo, I want to get like him. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into it, DJ Nasty. A lot of people want to know, like, how did you get to be where you're at right now? What was the protocol and the procedure to get there?
There really is no protocol. Relationships, to be totally honest with you. I just knew the right people. And things just started falling into place at the right time. And I just took advantage of every opportunity that I had. And that's really how it all popped off for me.
All right.
But yeah, relationships, that's the key.
Relationships.
Yeah.
And how long ago was this? Because I know the game switches up year by year, era by era. So, because you know, right now it's hard to get to know certain people.
I've been doing this 23 years.
23 years?
Yeah.
And what keeps you in it? Because I'm not even going to say what made you want to be a DJ. What keeps you in it?
I mean, it's just fun.
The lifestyle?
Yeah. Nah, I don't even care about the lifestyle. I don't care about the money. I don't care about none of that. It's just fun. I just have fun. It ain't work for me. You know what I'm saying?
I can definitely think that.
It's just fun. So.
What would you say is some of the differences, like for when an artist comes? Because I'm doing this a lot, you know, for my up and coming artists that want to know how could they get their music in rotation?
Right.
How could they even set up that relationship? Like you said, relationships are so important. So how can they cultivate that relationship with a well-renowned DJ?
Just be real. I mean, a lot of people, which is very funny to me. A lot of people, they get spooked when they get around these big celebrities or whatever. They're regular people just like anybody else. And if all you gotta do is just be yourself, just be who you are. And people will respect you more if you just who you are, instead of trying to put on the facade of I'm this and I'm that, and I'm this. People don't care about that.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely got that, and I definitely agree with you on that because I've met some major big people too, and once I meet them, it's like.
But it's not because it's not a thing to them. Like they bleed just like you do. You know what I'm saying? They breathe air just like you do.
And I find that too that a lot of people that like are in these, you know, levels or in these different rooms, like they search and they actually seek that more genuine feel, that more.
Yeah, they don't. People don't. I mean, you get put in those rooms and in those situations, but don't get it twisted. Like people real just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted.
Now, when it comes to the music, right? You being a DJ. And let's say that you do have an artist or someone that comes to you, like what is the difference between you actually playing and spinning a record and breaking a record? What do you look for? What are the elements that, you know, someone really needs in that record to be broken?
You gotta, first of all, you gotta work. A lot of artists, they look for handouts. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they're entitled to certain things, certain situations. Or, I'm just supposed to because I'm a DJ. I'm just supposed to play your record. I'm supposed to. And people got that element of the game totally messed up. You gotta work. You gotta put in work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists, a lot of these new artists, they don't want to work. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have gotten lazy because of this. You know what I'm saying? This make a lot of people lazy. So people don't really understand the essence of really putting in work and putting in groundwork. I mean, don't get it twisted. This is a part of the game.
Not all of it.
But it ain't the whole game. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I kind of miss? Like, I'm an 80s baby. So I miss like actually seeing them rappers. Like, I think the last one that I remember that actually put in that work, that I could say put in that work, and I see them kind of, you know, elevating and doing their thing now is Mr. Grim Reaper. Mr. Grim to the Reaper. He used to like go out there, like I miss them going out there, giving out their CDs, putting their flyers out, and it's cool. Like when you see some time pass by and you be like, damn, that was still, you know, you remember like they grind and they come up. You know what I'm saying?
I remember Grim Reaper years ago, and he been putting in work a long time.
Long time.
A long time, and I mean sometimes it may take that long just to get the break that you want or the break that you deserve. Again, like me, I've been doing it 20 plus, and I still, honestly, in my opinion, I still haven't gotten the break or the respect that I feel like I'm deserved. I mean, I'm slowly getting it, but I mean, I haven't gotten to that level that I feel like I need to be.
Your highest pinnacle.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's a grind. It's a consistent grind no matter what.
Once, you know, which I feel like you've been grinding, like you said, for a long time, and I feel like Miami is what it is, or the music scene is what it is, partly in part because of you. You know what I'm saying? You have put on so many other artists. Even our artists that have been breakthrough artists have been because of you.
Yeah.
So now, when you say that you haven't hit your highest pinnacle yet, what do you feel you still got to put in, or is it you think it's that on your end, or is it maybe more of a team thing that you're lacking?
I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you what it is. I mean, I just don't feel like I've reached that point. When I feel like I've reached that point, I'll know. You know what I'm saying? The work, everybody else probably think, like, oh no, Nasty the rip there, he done did this, he done did that, he done did this. But I mean, me, I don't. And I mean, I've done a lot. Don't get it twisted. I've done a lot.
Because I see you everywhere.
But, yeah, I've done a lot. Just even looking back, just talking right now, just sitting back and just thinking, I'm like, damn, I've done a lot in my career, but I don't feel like I've done enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm nowhere near.
Let's say, what would be one of the pinnacles that you hope to reach, or that you know, not even hope, that you are going to reach? Because I'm very big on manifestation.
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I don't. When I feel it, I'll know that's it.
All right. Now, when it comes back to the music, I know a lot of my artists, you know, they always wonder, like, is it more of a lyrical thing, or is it more of a beat thing? Like, what is something that an artist could do to help their chances in getting a record broken?
Work.
Just work. So it doesn't matter about the lyrics, don't matter about the beat.
No. I'm gonna tell you this. I will say this. The industry is dummy down. It is super dummy. So people don't really, I ain't gonna say people don't care about lyrics. I'm not gonna say that, because you have a group of people that's all they care about is lyrics. You know, you have artists that just serve that. But if you're looking for like that mainstream mass appeal, people care about beats and hooks.
Beats and hooks.
That's all they care about. Because if you pay, just think of your favorite song that you hear. The only thing you remember is the hook.
Not even your favorite song, because there's a lot of songs. I'm a DJ personality, radio personality as well, so I hit on a lot of independent music.
Yeah.
And I really rather listen to my independent artists than a lot of the mainstream stuff.
Right.
And a lot of mainstream stuff, I'll even start like, I can't stand this song. But about a week later, 2 weeks later, I know the hook, I know the song, I know everything, because it's been.
That's all you know. You really focus so much on the hook of the song, because that's the part that's gonna catch you. And then if the beat, if it feels good to you, you're gonna remember the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I got a record out now called Boogie. It's me, Busta Free, Ball Greasy, Case 100, right? The only part that really everybody knows is the hook. Watch a real nigga boogie. Watch a real nigga boogie. Watch a real nigga boogie. Like, that's what they know. And the beat is like, the beat is shot to Gorilla Tech. He produced the beat for me.
Gorilla Tech is doing his thing on a lot of people's songs right now.
That's my
It's
guy.
coming up on everybody's.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Gorilla Tech is what people don't know. Gorilla Tech is a legend, big time, 1,000% iconic legend.
That's what I love part of like this atmosphere in this world is, because when I first came up on Gorilla Tech, I just really knew him as an artist. I didn't even know he was producing and doing all this stuff till McKeezy from Grandma.
If you remember Trick Daddy, I figure you a hoe, but you can't help it. That's Gorilla Tech.
Look at that.
If you remember Icons Get Fucked Up, that's Gorilla Tech.
Look at that.
Grind Mode, that's Gorilla Tech. All those Shook records in the early 2007, that's all Gorilla Tech.
which is very iconic because that's like all Miami music.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up Miami music.
But he's done work for a lot of people. Diddy, he did work for Diddy. He done did a lot of shit. Like,
so now, the same way he's did a lot of work. You have broken, like I said, some of our major breakthrough artists, breakthrough songs. What are some of those artists or songs that you know for a fact, like, hey, DJ Nasty put this on first?
Oh man, listen, it's so many. Like
Bird.
Like Iceberg, you know what I'm saying? For the other side. I gave Bird the inspiration to do the Naked Hustle freestyle. Like, I was on the road with him and I told him straight up, I was like, yo, listen, if you want to go to another level and break out into that, you got to just start doing things that everybody ain't doing. You need to start doing some freestyle.
I love Bird. You know why I love Bird? Because, like, he's hands down one of my favorite artists because it's Miami music. He's lyrically, like, speaking to me, you know what I'm saying? I feel to me. And it's not like a lot of stuff that I hear out there when it comes to content-wise, beat-wise, just very different.
Bird in his own lane.
Very much in his own lane. And not giving the credit he deserves yet.
He created a lane as far as Miami rap is concerned that I don't think nobody could possibly even tap into. And I respect it 1,000%. He been grinding for forever.
Yes.
And I got a lot of love for him, you know what I'm saying? A lot of love. But I mean, it's so many. I don't even want to, because I'm going to miss so many. But
we just going to say, damn near everybody from Miami.
It's a lot.
It's you. So,
it's a lot.
For our people here in Miami, I know a lot of us hear you in the morning, hear you throughout the day. So, and this is what I'm gonna touch on for me. I gotta be greedy, you guys. I gotta get my pointers. For us radio personalities that are trying to break through, make it, you know, to a certain stature where you have your stature. Because I'm not gonna sell myself short. I've done my little thing and, you know, made my little movement down here, but I still have not reached my highest pinnacle. So what would you say is some advice for us? Like, how do we break through to becoming, you know, commercial, let's say?
Well, again, it's all about relationships. A lot of people that are in radio, I mean, don't get into it, a lot of people that are good, but a lot of people that are in is because they know somebody. So the name of this game is relationships. I mean, hands down. So I mean, it just really tap in to somebody you know that's in the game, but you like really tap in, like you really stay connected to that person. Like with me, I was doing radio in Tallahassee. How I got on, I was just doing my thing in the street, literally just popping clubs off in the street. And one day, the program director came to me and was like, hey, you're dope. You ever thought about radio? And I was like, no. He's like, you'll be good on the radio. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, all I want you to do is just DJ on the radio for 2 hours. I'm like, that's it? Yeah, just do your thing. That's it? That's all you want me to do? Yeah. So I was just doing my thing. I never thought that it would pop off to this. So when I left Tallahassee in 06, I came down here, and my man Suicide was on 99 Jamz. So me and Suicide linked. We was always tight when I was up there in Tally. So we linked up, and I would just be around. Never wanted to like really get into radio here. I was just around. When I met Suey, I met Big Will, God bless his soul. I met Big Will, and when I met Will was on the air at Jamz. So when I met Will introduced me to Cool G. He introduced me to like all the DJs, Rick Rio. I knew of Khaled, but I didn't really know Khaled. So like he kind of reintroduced me to Khaled. Irie, Lorenzo I.C. Thomas, Shelby Ray, like he just introduced me to all of these people. So they didn't know who the hell I was. I was like, hi. And I was just around. So every time Will did something, I was there. Or if he did something dealing with that, I was there. And I made it my business to be there because it was like, okay, maybe I may want to do this radio thing down here, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? So I was just around. And every time Will would do something big, I was there. Like, I was there. I was everywhere. Then, unfortunately, Will passed away. And it just so happened when he passed, the program director remembered who I was from Will. So
relationships.
I don't know how he got my phone number, I have no clue. But he got my number, he calls me, and he's like, hey, so we may have an opportunity for you. I'm like, not Jamz. I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, we may have an opportunity for you. Would you like to come in? I'm like, hell yeah. So he's like, well, we want you to come in on a Sunday, and we'll give you, then they gave me 10 to 15 minutes. And so I was like, hell yeah, I'll take that in a heartbeat. So I took them 15 minutes. Mind you, I never planned anything that I do. Never.
Sometimes that's the best way.
I never planned anything. That particular mix I planned. And I was home, and I'm gonna play this, I'm gonna play that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do these trends. I had everything planned. I got into that studio, and never in my whole career has my hand ever sweated. Never. So all my cuts would be clean, everything would be clean. I walked into that building, got into that studio, and my palms sweated like crazy. I couldn't grip the records or nothing. Horrible. So I was live on the air. That was the worst set I ever did in my life. The worst. The program director called me the next day. He's like, yo, that was a great set. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man, that was great. You want to come back and you do it again? Yeah. I need to redeem myself. So I came back, I did it again, and I think they already knew they wanted to bring me in, but you know, they just wanted to just test my character and all that. And you know, I'm the same way like I am now, no difference. And they gave me an opportunity. So when they gave me the opportunity, I was mixing that night, doing a couple mix shows here and there at night. And there's some pop political things that are happening in the building. And I got a big opportunity. Because they labeled me when I came in there, I was called an independent contractor. So I really wasn't hired, technically. So they gave me an opportunity, like, well, hey, so we want to take you off this contractor thing. We want to give you a part-time gig. I'm like, hell yeah, like,
immediately.
Let's go. So I was only making like $200 a week, but I was up there like every day, literally just trying to learn, just trying to figure out how. You know what I'm saying?
I like that you even mentioned that, because a lot of people don't see that. They just see the paycheck or the pay rate, but they don't see the actual amount. I mean, the monetary value in the knowledge. You know, in the relationship, in the opportunity.
Yeah, like I was making no money when I first got on Jamz. I was making no money. All that shit I was doing free. Everything was free. And then they figured out a way to give me a check, and I was like, well, we're gonna pay you as a contractor. Like, okay. And so I was getting a couple dollars here, but I didn't care about that because I knew I would make the money elsewhere. So I ain't really sure about that.
Yeah.
So it was more, the opportunity made more sense for me. So I did that and got my part-time gig. And then a lot of movement started going on within the building. And luckily, thank God, I wasn't caught in the movement. And at the time, I was trying to learn so much. So the program director was like, hey, so I'm gonna give you an opportunity to be like on the air, be a job. 2 o'clock in the morning. Shit. 2 o'clock in the morning. So now I'm thinking about all the DJ gigs that I gotta do. And I was like, man, fuck the gigs. This shit here gonna give me more gigs. Fuck the gigs. So I was like, all right. And then a lot of things started happening, like switching over systems and shit. So now, I ain't supposed to curse.
No, we good. You could say.
So I'm like, they start switching over systems. Well, this new system they brought in allowed me to record my stuff. So now I ain't got to be in there. Wait a minute, whoa. So now I can still do gigs and, this
He will provide a way, won't he?
This is great. So I learned the system. Now I'm recording all my stuff. But when you hear it on the radio, you think I'm in there like,
live.
I'm in the club. Fucking the club up. And I'm on the radio at the same time. So it was dope for me. And then a lot more movements started happening. And they were like, well, Nasty, you sounded great. We need you to hold down the afternoon show. And I'm like, what? all the stuff I was doing was recording. Nah, we need you in that live. Yeah. I'm like, all right. So I did it. You know, it worked out. And then they moved the night. The girl who was doing night, they moved her to afternoon. And they were like, well, Nasty, we need to hold down the night show. All right, no problem. I was like, well, how long? It'll be a couple weeks. Because, you know, we're going to bring a new guy in. It'll be his spot. I'm like, all right. Well, a couple weeks turned to like 3.5 months. So 3.5 months go by. In radio, they call it a ratings book comes out. So when the book comes out, they look at the numbers at night. The numbers at night are higher than the only numbers that were higher than my numbers were Cali. When he was on that night, him and K Fox. So they're like, wait a minute, hold on. We may have something here. Like, no, we don't want this guy that y'all bringing to the corporate. Like, you been fighting for this guy, you gotta take him. Like, nah, we don't want him. We got Nasty. Nah, who was Nasty? No, he's coming. This guy's coming. So the PD at the time, he was like in a bind. He was like, well, this guy's coming, but I want Nasty. Well, let's see if we can put them together and make a show out of this. Well, what they didn't know is I knew the guy. Again, relationships. I knew them. So when they saw me and him interact, and they looking like, what the fuck? Like, how y'all know each other? I'm like, clearly y'all don't know who I know. Because my relationship is extensive. She's like, well, if we put y'all together, what would the show look like to you guys? We laid all these ideas out. They were like, yeah, fuck it. That's the show. So it was me and my man Nails, and we had a show called The Board. And we ran shit from like 2012, 2012 to about 2015. We ran everything. Because I was still super duper heavy in the street. He wasn't. So like wherever I was, he was. And we just branded. Everywhere we went, we just branded.
You mentioned branding now. How important is branding, whether you're an artist, a business?
Everything.
Because I think a lot of people don't really put the stock into it. They'll do some of the legwork, but they don't understand, like you said, this is a part of it, but besides social media branding, you really, like I said, part of me even being how I am with you, I've had interactions with you, I've seen you in action, I've seen you, you know,
your brand is everything. OOO is a brand. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that people know. And funny story how that came about, Wayne.
Oh, we're gonna air this dirty laundry. You gotta tell me how this OOO came about.
So, but I mean, but that's the brand. And I mean, people, they love it. They have no clue what it is, but they just know that's me.
That's you.
You know what I'm saying?
And even for the station, you know, I'm not cutting 99 Jamz short, but I have to be honest. When I think of 99 Jamz, immediately, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people think that, which is crazy. Like being from here, growing up here, listening to that station, listening to them legends like Jamz T and Terry Alexander and all the people, it's like, damn, it's like people put me in that category. It's like, wait a minute, this can't be for real. Like every day I get up and I go in that building, I'm like, I get goosebumps sometimes. I'm like, this can't be for real.
Well, very well deserved, because when I say you put in the legwork, when I say my whole adolescence, teenage years, high school, everything, it's been, I remember you like, oh, Nasty about to play this, oh, whatever Nasty play, you know is a hit, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just dope.
But that's all brand. All of that stuff is brand. Like, and I learned from guys like Uncle Al, Khaled, like I learned from them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally would listen to Uncle Al all day, every day. I'd go to the flea market, get a tape, pop it in my cassette, and lock the door in my room and study this man all day, all night until the tape pops.
about it. So now that you mentioned that, let's take it back a little bit, right? So how did you get into DJing, and what made you, start learning how to DJ?
Well, what made me learn was Al. I would listen to Al all the time. I would listen to Disco Dave, all Jam Pony. I would listen to all of this. And literally, a lot of people don't know I'm from down south, from around. And I would get on the train, on the Metro Rail, ride the train all the way up 79th Street, get off the train, go to Flea Market USA, and I would have $10 every single weekend. $5 was for a cassette tape. It was either Al, Jam Pony, or Disco Dave, one of the three. If I bought an Al tape this week, next week it's gonna be Jam Pony, next week it's gonna be Disco Dave. It wasn't new. Whoever had the newest tape, that's what I was buying. Every week, never failed, right?
Investing.
Every week. And the other $5, I would buy chicken wings, french fries, every week. You know what I'm saying? So I would literally go home and I would just study everything they said, the mannerisms that they did, the way they did it, but not really knowing what I was doing. The only thing I knew, I just liked what I heard. But I was literally studying at the same time. So when I graduated high school, I went to FAM. I'm at FAMU, and there was a DJ that was there, his name was Saxwell. He passed away. Saxwell was a guy, he never talked. All he did, they called him the mixer, because all he did was mix. The man could mix oil and water. He was that good, he could mix anything. So I went to a party, and I just asked him, like, man, you mind if I grab the mic? He was like, yeah, shit, I don't talk. So I'm just doing my little Uncle Al thing. And he was like, damn, you kind of tight. I'm like, man, I'm just high. He's like, nah, bro, you tight. I know, I appreciate it. And I just walked off. And this is how the name DJ Nasty came. So as I'm walking off, the dude called, he said, yo, what's your name? And I'm like, huh? He's like, what's your name? And I told him my real name. He was like, okay, all right, cool. So when I walked off, he was like, nah. He says, yo, Nasty. I don't know who the fuck he's talking. Like, yo, Nasty. So a girl tapped me on my shoulder. Like, I think the DJ's calling. And I'm like, why are they calling me Nasty? Where you getting this from? And he was like, yeah, man, that's gonna be your name, Dr. Nasty. Well, I had a jersey on the back of the jersey, it said Dr. Nasty. And that's where he decided to name me. But I never had a name. And the name came from Dr. Nasty. So I rolled that name for a minute, and I was like, I don't be no doctor. If I'm gonna use, I'm gonna be a DJ. So I dropped doctor and put DJ. And there it is.
I love it.
So it came off a football jersey.
But it was well befitting, because when I say you nasty with your mixes, you is nasty with your mixes.
Like literally, where everybody think it's some other shit. It's like,
I really did. I first thought it was some other shit. I was like, but I'm not gonna lie. So what about
don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Listen now, we about to air this dirty laundry. Don't tell, because I won't get it twisted. I'm gonna untwist it real quick. So
don't get it twisted.
So where does the come from? Because you said there's a story behind that, so I want you to air it out.
So I was drunk, and where was I? I was here, actually. I was in Miami, and I'm gonna give you the real stuff.
Louis, that's how I knew it was finna get serious, because he's like.
So I went. Well, when I first came back, me and Will, Big Will, he was the first person ever to put me in a strip club, DJ in a strip club. So he had me at Coco. Again, wherever Will went, I went. So he was like one of the managers at Coco. So he's like, nah, I'm gonna help you get some money. All right, cool. So I was at Coco. Well, he left. He was like, man, I'm going over to this new spot, take one. I'm like, well, where's that? It's in Little Haiti. Wait a minute. Little where? He's like, Little Haiti. Hold on, no. I ain't going to Little Haiti. Fuck that, I'm not going to Little Haiti. That's a no-go. I'm not going over there. Like, Nasty got chill. I think, dog, too many niggas be getting killed in Little Haiti. I'm not going over. That's a no-go. If Nasty, you good, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Man, I don't know nobody in Lil Haiti. Niggas may just try. Nah, fuck that. I ain't going. He's like, man, fuck that. You going to Lil Haiti? Okay, I'm going to Lil Haiti. So my very first night, I was in Take One. It was a big ass brawl with girls, the strippers. It was some girls from Atlanta and there's some girls from here. And they got into it. I'm drunk and I'm the this is my first night DJing in the club. And I'm just like, oh. But I can't, who the fuck is that doing all this barking? Who is this? He jamming, but he just barking like crazy. So the bartender saw me and was like, yo, baby, are you okay? And I'm like, hell no, I ain't okay. So she's like, you need a drink? I was like, man, whatever you make, just, I don't care. I need a drink bad. So she brought me a drink. She said, baby, you good? Just sweet talk the shit out of me. I make you good. I'm like, no. She said, I'm gonna get you another one. And now I'm doing my thing. I'm just like, oh. And I'm trying to say official, but it ain't coming out. It's like, oh. So I was like, oh man, I'm fucked up. I don't know.
Thank God for bloopers converted into like iconic, phrases.
So the very next night, that happened on a Wednesday. I went back in there on a Friday. Same thing happened again. I'm trying to say official, I can't say it. It's like, oh. The owner say, yo, I don't know who the fuck this guy is doing all the barking, but I like him. He's like, yo, I like this guy. And there was a girl, her name was Portia. Portia was like, I don't know who the fuck that nigga is, but that nigga there's raw. He raw as shit. He got this bitch jumping like he is raw. So me and the owner, we hooked up, and we've been cool ever since. And they were like, nah, man, all that barking and shit you do. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? And yeah, whatever it is, that barking shit, we love that shit.
Have you gotten it copyrighted?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's copyrighted. I think so.
That'd be it.
Yeah, I was just like, and next thing you know, every time I would go in there, I would just, oh. And I was like, oh, that must be it. So I said, fuck you. One day, because my voice started fucking with me real bad because of the strain and doing it. So I'm going to go in the lab, and I'm going to record it, and I put some effects behind it. Jazz it.
And it's been iconic ever since. So you mentioned your first strip club that you went to, that you had a DJ. So I want to hit on a few first or favorites from DJ Nasty, being that you are from here, you put on everything and been everywhere down here. Okay. So favorite strip club that you DJ or that you like going to?
Old or new?
Whichever one.
Diamonds,
okay.
Yeah, old G5 now.
G5.
Diamonds.
Where do you like eating? Favorite place to go grab something to eat?
Favorite place? Sundays.
Alright, I like Sundays too. Alright, very first artist or favorite artist that you have put on a record for?
Ooh, shit. Ball Greasy.
First tour that you went on?
My first tour, I was with T-Pain. We did a House of Blues run. It was us and Chris Brown. Yeah, I did a 30-day tour. And I ended up going to jail in the middle of the tour.
The hell?
So I was on probation at the time.
We getting some real dirty laundry.
Yeah, I was on probation. I wasn't supposed to leave the country. But we had a show in Jamaica. And I left the country, never told my PO. So I came back. I went over there, I get to Jamaica, oh man, at the time of my life. It got so wild over there, I said, I know something's gonna happen when I get back. Because I was too.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't care if I'd have been on paper, so I'd have took that trip to Jamaica.
Yeah, I like it.
I'd have did that for 30 days when I came back.
It was a humongous show. It was Pain, Keisha Cole, when she was like hot. Pain, Keisha Cole, and there was somebody else I can't remember. But the show was big. It was a humongous show. I like, fuck that. This is my first time ever going. I'm fucking shit. I'm out and gone. But I had so much fun, and I did so much wild shit. I knew something was gonna happen when I got there. Sure enough. Payne said it. He said, yo, do y'all want to stay an extra day? I said, hell yeah. I said, man, let's stay an extra day. Fuck it. And then he was like, well, fuck it, we'll stay. Management called like, yo, y'all don't get on this flight, because we had a show the next night in Charlotte. Like, if y'all don't get on this flight, we got to give back like $100,000. Man, fuck that, I ain't giving no money back. We out. So I'm riding to the airport, like an hour ride to the airport, and my stomach is like in knots. So I knew something was going to happen.
Had a premonition.
I just knew. Get on the flight. Literally, they got closing the door, and one of the flight attendants was like, wait a minute, I'm Japan, don't close the door, Japan. I'm like, man, close the fucking door. Oh, Japan. So they open the door just for us. We get on the flight. Fly to Fort Lauderdale. One of the dudes that was with us, they're like, Nasty, you'll fly the country. I was like, hell nah. It's like, well, sometimes, you know, everybody goes this way. Sometimes we gotta go this way. I'm like, sometimes, yeah, you know, we gotta go this way. But it's cool, don't worry about it. Alright. Everybody goes this way. Me and 3 other people that was in our group ended up going this way. So I'm like, yo, we good? Like, yeah, man, you good. Ain't got nothing to worry about. So we gotta go through extra screening. I go through the extra screening. Everybody goes on their merry way. They tell me, no, you gotta go this way. Now I'm spooked. Why the fuck am I going this way? Like, yeah, we need to just go in this room, just have a seat. I'm like, alright, cool, no problem. Well, when I go in the room, there's a computer screen there. Computer screen got my name in big ass red bold letters. So I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there, schooling. 3 officers walk in out of nowhere, and a customs officer. So yeah, we just want to verify your name and your date of birth. Give my name and date of birth. They said, okay, cool. So we just need you to do us a favor. Just relax, stand up, put your hands behind your back.
I don't like how that sounded.
What?
Sounded like you want me to do
Stand
too much
up,
right now.
Put my hand behind my back. So you're under arrest. I'm like, for what? Talk about it later.
The hell? You gonna place me on arrest and not tell me what for?
Yeah, it's a cool, no problem. So now I'm walking through the airport, handcuffed. Payne sees me like, what the fuck? He like, yo, bro, don't worry, we're gonna get you out, don't worry. Everything cool, don't worry about nothing. So I'm like, all right, cool. Payne said he would get me out, no pressure. I get to the jail, they book me. Now it's about 8 o'clock at night. Cause I'm still in jail, we got a problem. We got a show tonight, I'm not there. This show can't go on without me. Payne don't do the show. He don't get no money back, but he just don't do the show. Saturday comes, because this happened on Friday. Saturday comes, I'm still in jail. Sunday, I'm still in jail. What the fuck is going on? So now I'm calling, nobody answering. Because remember, I'm in jail, so you know every call's collect. Monday morning, they call my name. Roll it up. Roll it up means you out. Yeah, I was out all right. Had my ass in a paddy wagon van and took my ass all the way back to Tallahassee. That's my probation was out. Took my ass all the way back to Tallahassee. And I had to go deal with that shit.
Listen, ooh, I would have been mad as hell.
I was hot.
So, I know that you have a lot of stuff going on, and I want to hold a lot of your time on the board.
You good? I mean, we got time.
Okay, so I want to know, what else does DJ Nasty have going on right now besides the DJ world, besides the music, you know, I don't know, for some of our entrepreneurs, what else can we dibble and dabble in, or you're dibbling and dabbling in, that you want to school us on?
I mean, right now, I'm really into...
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Music is really my thing now. Like I said, I just dropped this record. Breezy and Buster for in case one called Boogie. The video's out now. Stream it, download it. The videos on YouTube now. It's up. Almost like 300,000 views. We just dropped it.
Is that you, when you say that amount of views in the short amount of time, is that you guys collectively doing your legwork each, or do you think that because you guys have a team?
Nah, that's all legwork.
So your legwork.
Our team hasn't really activated. Everything that we've done to this point has been all based on organic relationships. Everything. Like, we haven't paid anybody. We haven't asked for no favors. Everything's been organic. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just organically showing up.
So I am gonna hit on this, right? A lot of people have asked me, you know, amongst us, we talk about what happened with the morning show right now, the Chyna and Trick Daddy morning show.
I mean, the company made a business decision. Nothing to do with Trick or Chyna per se, but the company made a business decision. There's a lot of things when you do radio. So to give you a whole synopsis, radio is based on two things: revenue and rate. That's it. They don't give a fuck how hot you are. They don't give a fuck if they don't care about nothing. All they care about is making money and getting good ratings. That's it. If one of them ain't right, they gonna make moves. They gonna make changes. So with Trick and Trina, they invested a lot of money. The return, business-wise, the company felt like they wasn't seeing the return on the investment, so they had to make a move. It's not that the show sucked, because the show was great. It was beating the Breakfast Club. It did its thing. It did what it was supposed to do. On the business end, it just, but as far as the company is concerned, it is made business. So they had to make a move.
Now, being that you are a DJ, right, and the females right now, when it comes to rapping, even in the radio world and in the entertainment world, you know, it's harder always for us females to break through. Right now, what is your advice for us females, whether we're rappers or trying to be radio personalities, or just step into this world?
Just stay true to you and don't stop. Be who you are. And just go hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of girls that got in the game and they didn't have to do no crazy shit to get in the game. They were just true to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Just be real with yourself and just go hard and network and build relationships, because you just never know. The opportunity, maybe the opportunity that you never thought it would be, and now it is what it is. You know? I never thought that I would be doing a morning show. Never, ever, never, never, never. Not here. This the crib, like I'm
It's so amazing.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I gotta give you a kudos, because like for me, I'm a person like, as much as I am into the entertainment world, but I'm into it not because like of the fame. I'm really entrepreneurship, money-wise. I'm gonna be a multi-billionaire in this lifetime and enjoy my riches in this lifetime and do something for my children and their children. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that, like, I'm more into the books, I'm more into business, analytics, strategies, and things like that. For me to be even captivated by a movie, by a show, by radio, by anything, it takes a lot to pique my interest and for me to tune in and tap in. You know this, I say this with no embarrassment. I'm on your lives all the time. As soon as I see you go live, because you just, if I'm mad, upset, whatever, and even for my personal growth and my, you know, in my career path, you just teach me a lot. You know, I take pointers from you, I see things that, you know, just, you pique my interest, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta really give you your kudos on that, give you your roses, you know, while you're alive and you're here, because we tend not to do that. So I have to let you know that, like, you pique my interest on so many levels, even when you go from a funny moment to a serious moment to deliver some serious news, you know what I'm saying? Like, you on point, you know, with how you do your things.
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate that. And I don't be thinking that, I just execute. And don't get it twisted, man. I have a lot of wars, a lot of fights, and a lot of shit I have to deal with in that corporate ramification of life, because I feel like there's a humongous disconnect between the corporate world and the real world. You know what I'm saying? It's a big disconnect. And with me, especially in Miami, I feel like my purpose and my job is to make the attempt to bridge that gap. At least to get them to understand, hey, respect what's going on out here, and to get the streets to understand there's a process on how they move.
I very much love it that you hit on that, and I want us to elaborate a little bit on that. So, you know, like I say, part of Airing Dirty Laundry, or the main focus of how Airing Dirty Laundry even started, why we started Social, when I see Cardi B, Beyonce, or anything, T-Pain, any event or venue concert put on, it's not just the headliners that's important. You have your photographers, you know, shout out to my girl behind the scenes right now, Rhea, you know what I'm saying? The DJ, you know, the radio personality, the host, it's so much components that go into the hip-hop culture. I'm a hip-hop culture baby, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like we don't credit everybody, you know, even from the driver that gets that person to come there, the manager that makes sure that this person is happy to put on the show or whatnot. And it's such a 360 world. And I love being able to, like, at this point in my life right now, and in our path, where, you know, we do have our relationships with, you know, the commercial world. We are very much in tune with the streets, you know what I'm saying? And I very much so love that you touched on that, being that bridge between both of us. What can we do, right, on both sides of the spectrum to make Miami be a mecca, like, or see some unity, how maybe per se we see with Atlanta, with New York, with LA? Because I'll be real with you, I don't feel like none of these other places have more talent than Miami. You know what I'm saying? When I see us here, and I hit open mics, I hit about 3-4 events a night.
It's a process, and the shit don't move when we want it to move. But it's a process, and we gotta understand the fact that, hey, we gotta go through the process. And even in the street, it's a process. Like, you gotta touch certain niggas before you get to a DJ Meat or a DJ Teflon, or it's a process you gotta go through. Then you deal with them niggas, then it's like, okay, well, maybe it's time to go holler at Nasty. Maybe it's time to go holler at who, whatever. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a process, and you gotta. The thing is, we in the street don't understand that process because we don't get it, because we don't live that life. But the great thing for me is, I don't live that life, but that is a part of my life. So now it's like, okay, cool. I understand how y'all rock, so let me figure out a way to mesh it and make it make sense. And maybe I gotta break it down. Maybe I gotta go on the street a little bit longer, or stay out the street longer, and get more video, and get more this, that, and the other, and then bring it to you so you can see for yourself.
And now even maybe you're able to give better pointers, like, hey, look, this is what they're looking for. So, you know, you got this, but you ain't got this. So this is where I need you to practice and do this legwork right here. So you get this.
I need you to understand, like, hey, listen, okay, it may not be great for you right now, but I'm telling you, this is going to be something. You need to pay attention, because now when it pops, you ain't blind to the fact, well, why didn't we know? Because you ain't in the street.
Not only that, but you know what, too, being that we are the people that we are, and we have the stature that we have, and we have these doors, it's also our responsibility to teach them that, because you know what happens? Then they get into this corporate world, and if you don't have someone that teaches you, you know, like, hey, this is not it, or this is it, or you're able to maximize here, and you know, but we don't do that.
But it's the same thing. I mean, like, and this is why I always deal with artists now, and I holler at artists, talk to artists all the time, because I feel like being in that lane, I got a responsibility at least to say, hey, you want about it the right way, or hey, you know, all that beef and dumbass shit, fuck DJ and all this other stupid ass shit, like, that ain't gonna get you far. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. You gotta be patient, but you gotta put in the work.
Be patient, put in the work, relationships, cultivate them, and time it. Anything else that we missed that you want to give, like, one last piece of advice?
I mean, whatever you do, just don't stop.
Don't stop, keep it going.
Don't stop. Like me, I ain't never stop. I don't think I'm gonna ever stop. Because it's like, again, I feel like I got so much to do. Maybe not in Miami, maybe somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it's to bring a Miami culture somewhere else. And luckily, thank God, I've been able to bring that culture to to a lot of different places across the country, and don't get it twisted. People across the country, they rock with what we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, they rock with it, but I mean, there's only so much that I can do. The artist got to be willing to put in the same amount of work, if not more, than what I'm putting. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. You gotta match it.
Yeah, like, or either equalize it or go harder.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta do it.
Is there anything that I didn't do my due diligence on that maybe you wanted to like really highlight during this interview, or you think we kind of covered everything 360?
I mean, you know, there's always things that you can touch on.
That's never part two, you know.
There's never a 360. Like, you always gonna miss something.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
I mean, because if you don't miss something, that means you're perfect. It ain't nobody.
It ain't nobody perfect.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, shit, when I go in the club, or even when I'm on the air, like, I'm like, damn, I missed this, I missed that, I missed that. What if I would have did this? What if I would have did that? I do it all the time. So, and all that does is make you better.
It sharpens you up for the next opportunity.
For the next opportunity.
Listen, I just want to say once again, thank you for you even giving us the time of day to come through and drop gems on us.
I mean, these type of platforms I love because I get these opportunities to drop what they call gems. But I think this is really it's great information that people probably ain't gonna give you. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of love it. And I love it.
Thank you so much. This has been Airing Dirty Laundry in the FM. Your girl Chynadoll.
My draw's clean, by the way.
DJ Nasty. I gotta do the because he under the weather a little bit. We're gonna take a quick break. We coming back with Ant the Great from Chifa Gang.